And also with Blasphemy, one of the other things I loved about it was the usage of Funky Worm. So shout out to Drugs Beats on that. But the thing is that obviously that sample's been used dozens of times, if not hundreds of times. So for you, how were you able to bring something different and use it in a way that helped you articulate what you wanted to articulate?
Well, Drugs, that beat is just fucking fire, man. To me, I was just like, because I've heard Funky Worm. Funky Worm, every part of that song has been sampled and used, but I just never heard nobody use it the way he used all the pieces, and it was just like crazy. And that's on actually I heard that at Xzibit studio. He was like playing beats, and I was just like, yo, what's that? He was like, fuck with it, do something with it. I'm like, what? And I just never heard anybody just like kill it like that. I was like, yo, all these elements are like, it's like NWA Dope Man. It's like MC Breed. It's like, you know what I mean? Like Nipsey Hussle, Crisscross, like so many classic, and it just mix it all and the way it's moving. I was just like, ooh, this is crazy. And then I just start rapping to it. I had no idea what I was going to talk about. I just started rapping. I just went with how I felt, and just start rapping. And I sent to Xzibit, and he was just like, that shit is hard. He's like, you need to make the hook the first part of your verse. You need to like rearrange it and make that the hook. I was like, oh yeah. And then I just kind of rearranged it and kind of made it like the hook. And then, sent it to Crook, and Crook just murdered it. You know what I mean? But that beat, that's just fire. Just shout out to Drugs beat. That's just a fire ass beat. Like, I've heard that sample, but to me, I think that's the best way it's been sampled in a very long time.
Yeah, it's incredible. And just hearing it, and then what you and Ken Crooked did on there, man, I was just like, this is.
And on a side note, I don't know, I had a show with Kurupt, in Montana, and it was my first. I want to say it was the first time I performed in a long time. Obviously, was it earlier this year or it was late last year? And I was on the show with Kurupt, and I went on right before him, and I'm performing. And this is my first time performing that song, and I come back, and day one, I'm sure you know day one, right? Some other guys, everybody was like, Kurupt was like, yo, what the fuck is that beat? Like, who is he? Who is that? And he's like, oh, that's live. So I was just for him to be like, yo, and I was just like, and so I've been talking to Kurupt. We're gonna do some stuff together, but I was like, oh, that would have been ill if I could have had Crook and Kurupt on there, you know what I mean? Like that maybe just do like a remix or something, but that would have been like ill, like, so it made me feel good to hear another dope West Coast lyricist to be like, yo, the way they flip that shit is crazy,
Yeah, absolutely. And please do that remix. That would be amazing.
That would be ill.
Absolutely.